Hello. I'm going to talk about the history of global internet government. In 1995, I was living in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and the internet was still kind of new. Nobody really knew what it was, what it could do. And so I said, I think that the internet can be used to help the environment, promote freedom, promote women's rights. And so I set out to try to figure out how best to do that. I said, look, man, I'm going to try to figure out a way to use the internet to save the planet. And so I started coming up with all kinds of different things. I came up with something in 1997 called IPO, International Political Organization. And then in 1999, I moved to Portland, Oregon, and I started, trying to come up with ways to make, like a website for the United Nations and the International Monetary Fund and the United States Navy and stuff like that. And then in the spring of 2000, I came up with global internet government. And I thought that once I came up with it, that it would take off immediately, and it would, just be huge, and everything would be, it would go. That's not what happened. So after I created it, then I realized that I was going to have to promote it. So that's what I did. And the gig was published in 2000 in Transworld Surf magazine and Surfer's Journal magazine and Transworld Snowboarding magazine, and a year later in Surfing magazine. And so global internet government was published in these magazines, but it never really caught on. So I started promoting it online in chat rooms on the internet, and I've been promoting it ever since. I've been promoting global internet government for 8 years now, and I'm going to continue to promote it because I think it's the way to go. I think it's inevitable, and the sooner the better. So that's the history of global internet government. And I created World Internet Monitoring Organization in 2003, and I created Chisel in 2006, and those are both parts of global internet government. Women would rank all the gigs out there according to the most accurate gigs would be the highest ranked. And Chisel would be responsible for implementing gig, creating treaties, economic alliances with different countries. Next year, in 2009, I think gig will move forward on different levels with an international common currency. And a president of the earth, elected president of the earth. The president of the earth would be elected. It would be the person who gets the most votes. It would be a symbolic position. It would have no power. It would be a figurehead position within global internet government. The president of the earth would, try to, promote the human constitution. But this is all stuff in the future, so I'll deal with that when I get to it. But anyway, so that's the history of global internet government, and that's just the first part of the history of global internet government. The second part of the history of global government is in the future, so we'll get to that when we come to it.